Hello adventurers, and welcome back to my channel. Today's going to be kind of a fun video because we're going to be talking about some of the things I have basically been using since the beginning of my van journey. Now these things are pieces that are very easy to find. I'll tell you where I got them, and then also we can kind of go over some of the reasons why those things are things that I've been using and why you might want to consider using those specific things also. Some of these are practical and some of them are a little bit more personal, but the fact of the matter is most of these things have been in my van almost the whole time, if not the whole time. And I think that that's what's really interesting is you have things that you peel out and you change and you do stuff with, but you also have those core items that remain no matter what. And you might be kind of surprised what those core items are for me, because they're things that you might not expect. They're not necessarily all like function items that you guys are going to be like, yes, I need that one. But they're things that have meant a lot to me, and I have some reasons behind them. So this is going to be a fun one kind of explaining to you. So let's get to it. Now, something that I purchased very early on into my travels was a blanket set, and I've used basically the same one for about 4 years. I picked up just a reversible comforter set from Walmart, and of course it's teal and gray. It cost about the same as this one does, about $25, and this has been just absolutely phenomenal. Now, I do personally have the twin size one of this, so that it's not super huge, but it works out so well. Now, in addition to my comforter, I always make sure I have a couple of little throws, and I like to keep these again because you never know what you're going to encounter. If it's too cold, I can always put a throw under the comforter to keep that insulation in a little bit more, or if it's too warm, I can just cover up with one of these and the comforter isn't too heavy that way. Try to find things that are not loud patterns. Loud patterns kind of limit you and they make your space, especially a small space, feel very small. So find something instead that is more of a neutral that works well with the colors that you like. So for example, I have the teal. It works well with all the pattern that I have on my back wall. The blanket itself is a solid. That's super handy. Same thing with pillows. Every so often you're going to have to replace pillows, but finding the kind of pillow that works best for you in your journey is super important. And so I found a couple of different kinds that I liked best. I personally like to have something that has more support to it, so anything too squishy does not work. I found something similar to this cluster pillow the last time that I got a new pillow, and I really like it because not only does it squish enough, but not too much. It's got enough firmness, but I can also put things in the pillowcase, and so that's been really handy for me. But pillows have always been a consistent thing. I try to replace my pillows every about 6 months to a year, depending on how they need it. And then I also, of course, have a bunch of little backup pillows. As you guys know, since the very beginning, I have struggled with sciatica, so my bedding itself has to be part of the solution. So I've always had a firm pillow. I've always had a couple of auxiliary pillows, which I can use kind of around me. And normally I just get Walmart pillows and they work out really well for me. So again, doesn't have to break the bank to be something that is helpful to you. Use what you have first, but then as you replace those things, find it at an affordable price point. Don't go and order something that's ridiculously expensive online if you have it in your backyard for a fraction of that price. But make sure that you're smart and do price match. Check one and then check the other, because you always want to get the best deal. Instead of just putting a decorative pillow in, put other items, your heavier items, your winter items during the summer, your summer items during your winter if you're a full-timer. Or in my case, I like to put my bulkier items that don't necessarily belong on my shelf. Now, inside here, I can open this up and I can show you, I have a whole sweatsuit in there. I have some linen pants in there, and I just have them nice and tight rolled so that they're in there, and yet they're substantial, so that if I did want to use this as a backrest pillow, it feels comfortable. If I want to use this as a secondary pillow for my sciatica, I can use this, and then I get more bang for my buck. It's just a regular pillowcase with my own items in there. This is one of my favorite things that has saved my van. I have used for many years now one of these doormats. I just get them at Walmart. They have the little knobs on them so you can really clean off your shoes. You can take these to the place that you wash your car and you can spray them down. It gets all of the croup out of it. It's perfect. And these things are actually super inexpensive and they last a very long time. $5.44. I highly recommend putting this in your door whenever you first come in. It also gives you a place to store your shoes, to pour your water so you don't get it on your floor, things like that. Now, these are the curtains that I use, and I have been using these curtains since I put up a curtain in my van. These are blackout curtains, so they're perfect for making sure that the light doesn't seep through. It also keeps people from being able to see into your your space. I have used these and definitely recommend them. They're just from Walmart, and you can get them in a variety of lengths. I think that mine are actually the longer ones only because my store had only the long ones, and then I just safety pinned them up. But these things are the best things that you can use as a divider. Now inside the van, you can see the curtain itself. It's nice. I just cut the tags, but basically the same thing. You can see it's a mainstay. It's that one that I showed you. And I've gone through several different ways to hang this curtain, which you guys have seen on the channel. Ultimately, I did settle for a rod system, and the rod is secured by these little things right here. These things are amazing. These are the Brio Fox securers. They have lived up to the hype. They were very inexpensive. They keep everything in place. So the curtain itself is part of the importance, but also figuring out how to secure it. And everybody's journey is going to be different. This is just how mine worked out. These are great if you have more of a slant, which you guys can see. I have a slant right here. So it made it where I could secure this a little bit better, and it worked out great. So these curtains, I would definitely say 10 out of 10, highly recommend. I still use these all the time. And in fact, I have one of these on my roof at all times just to put my things in it. These are dry bags. They are the best way to keep your things from getting messed up in your roof box. I find these at Walmart. You can get different sizes. They are so handy. I put all of my mountain house in one waterproof dry bag. I also put any kind of nice clothes that I don't want to get messed up in a dry bag. Sometimes I put my extra shower stuff in a dry bag. Dry bags, guys. In regards to dry bags, they also have waterproof bags. These are okay. I do like the dry bags a little bit better. They're more of a plasticky material. These over time seem to wear and tear just a little bit, and then you kind of get some moisture. Now, in addition to dry bags, I also use packing cubes, which packing cubes come in a variety of different kinds. This is just a standard cube, but they do have the collapsible cubes that you can suck down and suck all the air out of with 2 zippers. These are great for just keeping items together. Like you can see, this has my laundry items, but it also has my additional rinse-free bath cloths and things in there, so it all kind of goes together, and that way it's not just rumbling around in my van. So packing cubes as well as dry bags definitely are coming in clutch. I've been using since the very beginning and continue to use hand warmers, specifically hot hands. These are very different and much better than any other ones you'll find on the market. I swear by these. If you want something to keep your hands warm all night, these are the answer. Any other brand, they fail way before these do. These will stay warm literally all night as long as they're in a pocket. The others, they start to count down. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. As you guys know, I have used Mountain House since the very beginning, 8 years in, and I'm still using it, and so it always carries around in my roof box with me. And on active days, I'll pick up some pouches. Looks like these are actually marked down right now. That's a good deal. When it comes to Mountain House meals, I always carry tons with me just because I really enjoy these on my activity days. They're really great. They come in all sorts of different flavors, and I've carried them pretty much the entirety of the 8 years of travel, so this is never going to change. Something else I've been using since pretty close to the very beginning of my journey when it comes to the van itself is a butane stove. In fact, this Coleman butane stove that is still available at Walmart is $38. This one is awesome. I will say I did add to this though. I added a windscreen that I found on Amazon, but I have been using this and use it so consistently, and even all these years later, it's still working great. Road Atlas. Everybody needs one. I have the same one. The roads don't update so often that you can't just keep one for several years. Found it at Walmart. They also have them at other stores like Ollie, and if you can get them at Ollie, you can get them at about half price from what you get here, but they don't have Ollie, OLLIE, everywhere. So sometimes you got to get it at Walmart. Well, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope that this has been helpful to you. I know a lot of the things that I mentioned are items that you can find and that you will be using. For example, the blankets and the pillows. Considering your needs when it comes to those things is super important. Talking about those things with you guys is something that I truly enjoy because you don't necessarily think of all the steps. You might think of the outward step only, but once you get into the layers of the considerations that have happened over 8 years and how I've taken one simple thing and kind of evolved it into my life throughout all of the other changes, it kind of makes a little bit more sense. And again, not everybody's going to have these specific things, but at the same time, you're going to have a version of these specific things in your space. Now, if you are looking to make your space your own, the stylistic choices that you make are going to be just as important as the functional pieces of those. So if you are looking into a blanket or a pillow or a a pillowcase, don't just think, oh, this looks pretty. Think, how can I use this? That's why I always mention to you guys all the little tips and hacks that I do along the way. And there's been a few of them in this video, so I hope that you have enjoyed. Remember, we're not here for a long time, but we are here for a good time. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.